So that's good. Good to see that. All right, guys. Microsoft. Let's see if we can get high of their day there. Okay. QQQ is curling. They're making a 10 a.m. calls on QQQs. 10 a.m. calls. SOXL still waiting. This should help the techs move, the semiconductors move. SPY already curling. SPY also nice calls. Waiting on SOXL. Waiting on SOXL calls. Let's see if we can get those soon. Micron, there we go. Next leg up. Okay, hold on.
Imperial Brands said to plan thousands of job cuts in U.S. and Europe.
On 10 a.m. moves, 10 a.m. moves, Micron, strong 10 a.m. move, love it, it's beautiful. All right, make sure you're locking some profits on the Microsoft. We hit 509.50, almost close to our 510 targets. Microsoft targets, 510 next. Beautiful guidance there by RGV on AEHR. Nice breakout on AEHR. Yeah, remember when we got the swing on AEHR? That was good. Okay, so we're looking good right now. Market is, we're just waiting on SOXL. Keep eyes on Intel. If Intel calls, get out of the short. It may be a little bit choppy. Intel may be a little bit choppy. AMD also pushing calls. So that's helping under the pre-market lows. But NVIDIA is heavy. Okay, that's a problem. NVIDIA is staying heavy. I see. Dell, big breakout on Dell. Big breakout on Dell. Daily chart, breakout on Dell. Breakout on Dell. iNode hitting the MTFs. Let's look at NBIS. NBIS, yeah, I see that NBIS kind of curled there. Let's go to Marvell. We'll keep eyes on NBIS. Marvell is not doing anything, but I like NBIS, the way it's holding the Friday lows, testing the MTFs. Okay, NBIS, that looks interesting now. Okay, almost $10 bounce on NBIS. All right. Nice 512 calls, $5 from 512 calls. Okay, we need a dip on NBIS. We need a pullback. We need a pullback to 190, 188 on NBIS. All right, let's look at the next target on Micron. Micron, your target is 900, but you should be taking some profits here. Yeah, nice. Let's look at APP. APP is day 2 sell-off, day 3 sell-off. That's fine. As long as it holds that earning lows. RGB. Let's see. All right, so there go AAOI. Now you're looking for 150 breakout on AAOI.
Traders circulating report. Disney
stops at 142. Stops 142. Yeah, make sure you're taking some profits off and Micron as well there. All right, guys, Microsoft, new highs of the day. New highs of the day. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Beautiful setup. You know,
that news actually out now.
Beautiful breakout.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and iHeartMedia announced video podcast deal. That from Disney. Shares of iHeart getting a small pop on that news right now, trading still down about 7 cents for the day. IHRT, Disney off the lows now, 103.21, down about 1.6% for Disney.
All right, guys, QQ.
Sandy.
If you played the 10 a.m. calls, move your stops at 723 on QQ.
WYHG.
Stop 723.
Shares getting a pop here now. Whiskey Yankee Hotel Golf.
Yeah, so you need to master these moves, amateur versus trend moves, 10 a.m. concept. You need to master these moves.
iHeartMedia podcast coming to Disney Plus and Hulu.
It's trying to bounce, but it'll be choppy. Yeah, Lily looks good there. Yeah. Palantir is flagging. Stops at 173. Micron pulling back from the MTFs. Let's see.
China IPO pitched to investors at sub $30 billion valuation.
Sammys are testing the cloud cold. Let's see what happens there. Meta 510 target hit. Sorry, Microsoft 510 target hit. Tanner research a week prior, we have created a different research list in Tannet research. We call it Tannet Hot List. All of those names are significantly up since I shared. So it looks like the Micron exit 512 broke. Looks like there's an event, some event going on. So more volatility. Yeah, you see where it topped out. You see the Micron right at the MTFs. That's why you have to take some profits on the MTFs. Look at that, right on the MTFs. Yeah, you can see that where it topped.
Ukraine's military said it struck a Russian petrochemical plant in Tyumen Oblast.
Breaking the flag. All right, Microsoft, now you keep the runners. Keep 30% position, let it work.
Yemeni drone attacks target Riyadh as proxies in Al Muka, Fars News citing.
Small account traders, your MSFU, that also gave you almost $1 for small account traders. MSFU. For the large account traders, Microsoft is doing good. Let's look at the option traders, how they did on the Microsoft options. Let's take a look at 5 or 10 or 5 or 5s. 5 or 10, yeah, 100% on 5 or 10s, not bad. PLTR is breaking the flag. MSFU, next leg up, MSFU. Let's look at SpaceX. Yeah, SpaceX is curling versus 133. Basically, SpaceX kind of bounced from previous day close and previous day high, PDH, PDC, almost important concepts, previous day highs, previous day close. Let's look at AXON day 3. AXON filling the gap. Ooh, wow, filled the gap. That's why the earning day 2, day 3 are so important. Look at that. Wow, AXON. That's what we need the APP to do. Wow. AXON. All right, let's go to Tesla. Let's see if there's any flow coming in on Tesla. Tesla 375 calls. Ah, interesting. All right, there's a lot of flow coming on net. Let's take a look net. What's happening on net? NET net. Okay, all right, okay, net 300 psychological level. Okay, call on net. I see from previous day close, previous day lows. All right, Microsoft is gonna let it run. Keep your position 30%, or you want to roll further to 515, you can do it. So Microsoft, we're looking for next target of 5. Let me see. ATR is still 65%, so Microsoft can still run another $5. So let's take a next target of 515. Let's hold it till then. Next target, there's some resistance at 513 something, but 515. All right, so that's good. Microsoft, you don't need too many plays, just one play. That's all we need. Solid mover on Microsoft. Yeah, Tesla, I see it's pushing higher.
SEKT Socket Mobile halted 460% off the highs of off the intraday highs now. That's Sandy Charlie Kilo Tango.
Time SPY is still holding strong. Wait for the breakout. See if you can get the breakout of the pre-market highs on SPY. QQQ is lagging. Semiconductor is still not.
Iran's spokesperson Foreign Affairs today mentioned the expected end date of the negotiations and the behavior of the U.S.
All right. Who's still holding Microsoft? Who killed the Microsoft? Who did not pike? Let me see. Who killed our top play this morning? Nick, Deva, Red Hawk, Tony, Ozzy, Brad, Krish. Proud of you guys. Proud of you guys. Focused on the setup and you did not sell and move on. You held for maximum profits. Well done. Well done. Yeah, that's fine. If you sold 50% and held the rest, it's good. Nice job. Yeah, I think 510 calls. 510 calls went. Yeah, they went from $1 to 450. Actually, went 300%. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Good. So now we have the maximum profit. We have like it's like winner chicken breakfast. Now the rest of the position, we'll keep a 10% position and let it be. And you know. First little sell candle on Microsoft since we started. First rejection candle. Yeah, I expected some resistance at 513.70, but although we still have more room, but that's fine. Let's see if 510 pulls back, holds that level. We'll look for a bigger move. Nice job, Wilford. That's 72 cents. Great entry. 72 cents to $4. Now that's a good trade. $700 to $4,000. Very proud of your execution. Your risk was low. Even if you risked 100%, you made 300% of that. Love to see that. That's how you trade lot of options. All right. Let's see how AOI is doing. Our amateur move loser. AOI broke down, failed to break out. Triple tops, 1, 2, 3. Triple top at 148. So everybody should be out of AOI now. Anybody who tried the trend move. Yeah. Okay, so SpaceX is curling. Let's look at PLTR. Is it holding the flag or not? Let's take a look. Yes, sir. PLTR. The flag is holding. $180 next. So this is why you got to focus on the plays after earnings. After earnings, you see the move that I covered in the day 2, day 3 webinar. You see PLTR since the earnings, earning day 1, big move, right? We traded that. Then earning day 2, day 3, day 4. Today's earning day 5. So that's how you see the moves after the earnings. That's why I always say focus on the earnings, post-earning setups. Now, for example, APP, although it's today's a bearish, but as long as the daily chart on APP, also our swing, holds this level, as long as it holds the earnings play, one of these days, APP is gonna break into the gap. That's why we are in the swing in Tanner Research, right? If it does not, then it breaks the earnings lows, then you get out. But that's why we focus on the post-earning plays. As long as APP daily charts keeps making higher lows and consolidating here, one of these days we'll get the move on APPs. So anyways, a lot of big moves, a lot of moves on our shopping list, tickers, many names, PANG, OUST. Another one I was watching for swing was NVTS. Would have loved a little bit lower, but you got that shop. You have the shopping list there on Tanner Research. You can go through it. Okay, guys. Sesto XL failed to call. The semiconductors failed to call. Yeah, silver. Yeah, silver good. Silver, like I said, you gotta buy it anytime it dips to 50. Hopefully, we can get 60 soon on silver. Reddit. Just Reddit is consolidating. It's consolidating after a big move. Still has gap. If Reddit pulls back towards 150, we will add more to our long-term position. Our risk is at 135. Our target will be 200 in coming weeks, hopefully soon. But yeah, Reddit is fine. It's not really much to day trade there. just consolidation, not enough volume to day trade.
LBWR, Livewire regained compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements.
Let's look at DOCS,
Whiskey Romeo,
still bearish.
LBWR.
ACOM, nice day, earnings day to bounce. AXON, missed that gap fill swing. I wanted a swing, but nice move on AXON. Let's see if Meta is doing something. So there's a one big difference on the Meta move and Microsoft move this morning. I need somebody to tell me what was the difference. One thing common and one difference. There was one common thing between Meta and Microsoft. Tell me the common thing first in Meta and Microsoft. Yes, good answer, Siri. Good answer. Both are the psychological level. Good answer, HM, Amald, Kudrat. Thanks, guys. Now tell me the difference. Somebody already told the difference, but I want to see who else can answer it. Difference. Yeah, both were over the MTFs. That's fine. The difference I'm looking at. Why didn't I pick a Meta long at the open and went for Microsoft? Yes, good answer, guys. Good answer. My Meta pre-market high was 609. So it was under the pre-market highs and under the clouds. But Microsoft broke the pre-market highs right away. Held back. That's why we chose the Microsoft. But Meta, although it curled and bounced from 594, that's fine. There was a curl setup. Then it curled from 600. That was fine. You could trade that 600 psychological curl. If you traded it, perfectly fine. But the reason I went for Microsoft, then Meta, because
Google adds AI and agentic experiences to Google Ads and Google Analytics.
So I went for Microsoft because Microsoft was a clean setup. Then Meta. Meta was maybe a 10 AM curl. You could play that. But you need to understand that. You really need to work on is look at the candles and right away you can tell which is a better setup. You need to see that how the pre-market, one thing I covered in our pre-market webinar, that if the levels are clean in the pre-market, high lows, can see it's a much better setup. For example, let me show you NVIDIA, although it's bearish, but I wouldn't have longed it because it was up, down, and now it's been a short. Let's see some other example here. For example, let's look at AMD. I wouldn't have longed it because look at these candles, stuck under the previous candles, pre-market candles, up, down, stuck under the pre-market highs. So you need to see at the pre-market action, and that will tell you once you go through thousands of examples, you can tell what is actually a good setup and what is actually a bad setup. Now AAOI never did something. What was it? What was something that AAOI could not do today? Who's going to tell me? Yeah, it could never break. Nice answer, Siri, Darkster, Minesh, Rebecca. Yeah, it could never push over the yesterday highs. It tried once, dropped. Tried again, dropped. So I can play those, but I should be aware of the fact that if it cannot break the previous day high, it can chop, and in this case, it dumped. So we need to identify those kind of things when we're trading those setups. Now, PLTR, right away, it broke the pre-market high. No resistance, right? Clean action, and then it flagged. So, much better setup. So, need to identify these, look at, for me, when I look at this, it's like I'm looking at like a painting or a drawing or something, which right away tells me, I get a feeling that, okay, it's looking good, it's not looking bad. So you guys need to know that feeling. Once you look at thousands of examples, you can tell, you will have involuntary, sense, like a sixth sense. Our sense can be wrong, it's that we just go with the probability. So really need to understand that. For example, let's take a look at SNDK. It's stuck under the previous day candle, although it was a nice curl. Micron was a nice curl. right? But it's stuck under those so many candles.
WYHG, more highs now. up
Resistance.
about 40%. Whiskey Yankee Hotel Golf.
All right. So yeah, that was a little teaching this morning to identify the morning the strong setups. Always look at the daily chart. If a daily chart is a breakout, for example, let's look at Dell. Dell is a flagging. One of these days, it's going to break out of this big daily chart. Man, Dell is the favorite name. I mean, this month I made Dell is very profitable for me for the last 2 months, but missed a few ads. That 420 was good. CBRS, let's look at CBRS. CBRS, yep, you can swing it, but I would like a entry closer to 220s. 200 psychological swing, breakout over 240. Yeah, CBRS is not bad. Looking okay. Marvell. The problem with Marvell, when it failed the first candle, then I avoided it because it failed that first candle and went into the chop zone. So all this here is a chop zone. So it can curl, but again, it's under the pre-market highs, under the yesterday highs, stuck in a chop zone. We can add it and wait for a curl, but it can also chop down, stick around that. So that's why I left Marvell, although Marvell had a good news from Bank of America, but the first amateur candle never recovered. So that's why I ignored Marvell. I do like Marvell, like a swing setup as well, but earnings is coming up. That's why I ignored it. But another swing setup, CRDO, 200 was good. It was on our shopping list. There was many good setups. Now it's breaking out. Now it's been so strong, man. So strong. Wow. Now, such a good daily chart. Wow, now. Finally getting out of the big base. Yeah, now it's really going good. Let's look at Robinhood, our long-term position. I wanted to add more into the hood after earnings. Could never really add it. But I think Robinhood, once it breaks 9,600, it's going to go higher. Robinhood is consolidating. All right, guys. SPY is trying to break the pre-market high. Just SPY traders, ES, NASDAQ traders.